When you're thinking big and bouncy, you've got German barmaids, my buttocks, and apparently cars on Miramar. Oh my goodness gracious me. Hello, PUBG. That's the call. They're wondering if they can politely get their physics back. You grumps. Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it. So I'm Bushka. Thanks very much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about first person versus third person, the two game modes of PUBG Mobile. And I think versus is probably a little bit too harsh because I'm not going to be doing a death match between TPP and FPP. I'm basically going to be talking about both of them. And even more than that, I want to talk a little bit about expanding your mind, growing your universe, and getting better as a player. Because if you want to be a good player in PUBG Mobile, there is actually a lot to be learned from diversifying and playing both modes of the game. Now, for a long time, I was a bit of a sook, a bit of a stick in the mud, and I was just like, I'm only going to play FPP, man. I'm an FPP purist. That's where it's at. And the reason was I was frustrated because there is a lot of the gameplay that happens in TPP, which is very static. Because whether you like it or not, third person favors defensive positions. It favors the defender. FPP, you certainly get a lot of benefit from being on defense, but there is a much easier time of it if you want to get aggressive and attack the defense. Now, if you're someone like me that loves gunfights and loves brawls, that can be very, very frustrating because what I was finding was I would play TPP and I would get in these late game situations specifically, and we all know what's coming next. You're going to get snaked. And when you get snaked, you just want to jump, scream, and bite through your iPad. In fact, it's even worse when it's early game and you're not even out of the first circle and there's some dude lying in the grass with a 6 times in a DP28 and you're like, seriously? Seriously? Is this what it's come to? But I persevered and I thought about it because I have got to ace before in TPP and I've done all that kind of stuff and I thought maybe I can learn something from this. And what I've learned is that you should really be playing both modes of the game. And if you do, it will actually improve your overall gameplay. Now, FPP and TPP are separated by one massive thing. In TPP, you don't have to pay to look. That's all it is. That's exactly what the big problem is between one and the other. That's the big difference. It's amazing because the gameplay mechanic, just that gameplay mechanic, turns the game into almost two separate universes. I can be below the crest of a hill, running along, and I can shoot someone, and they never see me coming because I wasn't really visible to them in their field of view. And that's called third-party peeking. And third-party peeking, like where you're completely invisible behind a tree or a rock or a car or a house or a preconceived notion. It's so funny. That enables you to look without any kind of penalty. You get enormous field of view and enormous cognitive awareness when it comes to the final circle if you just third-party peek. Now, you don't get that kind of luxury in FPP. But what it does, and it's quite interesting if you think about it, is it slows the game down. And it makes you really pay attention to the next position on the map and the next safe space within the map. Because if you don't like just lying in the grass like those grubs and snaking for your living, then you have to get up off your ass and work. And that's good because you can apply that kind of gameplay style to both modes of the game, FPP and TPP alike. And when that is your only form of defense, when all you do is lie in the grass, then yeah, you're not going to be much of a player when a brawl happens. When you actually have to fight and you actually have to clear your squad, then you're not going to be able to do it. One of the reasons that the game slows down is this third-party peeking mechanic coupled with the grass mechanic. Now, for some reason, Sanok and Erangel are very popular with TPP players. I'm joking. That's sarcasm. That's because you can see, even here, as the circle shrinks and compresses down, there is a whole squad to our northwest. There's a whole squad over that hill, like just all over it. and they're crawling around in the grass, and they're nigh on invisible. There's one to my northwest, there's another one to my east, but I'm going to third-party peek him, and that's like one bad mechanic beating another bad mechanic. And because this happens, what you will often find is that FPP players will say, well, TPP's easy. And it's not the case at all. Think of it like this. If something was unfair, then it would be specifically just one person that would have that advantage and no one else. That's not the case. TPP is equally difficult for everyone in the game playing it, just as FPP is equally difficult for everyone playing it in the game. They use different mechanics. The problem is for a lot of you guys that you don't play more than one mode of game. You only play TPP or you only play FPP. And then there is this weird agenda where everyone goes, you suck because you only play this mode of the game and you don't play this other mode of the game. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I have a big problem because TPP is easily the most played variant of the game. And yet so many TPP players, when they get pushed, are very, very poor in brawling. That is what FPP teaches you. Spend a couple of days hot dropping boot camp, solo versus squad, and you'll end up learning a whole lot about brawling. And brawling is a nuanced and subtle pursuit. I've done many, many videos on my channel about this, and what FPP brawling and hot dropping will teach you is reading the minimap like an absolute Picasso and being able to very, very quickly differentiate between sounds and distances depending on you know, your headphones and the specifications of your device, to the point where it's almost like you're playing like Master Splinter with your eyes closed and just doing bad things to good people. That can really help you in certain situations. But likewise, this is where you need to learn to move better on the map. I'm completely at fault here. I'm coming into the circle, myself and my squad, we just weren't good enough. We came into the circle late. There's a guy that's going to third-party peek us, and he is going to smash us as we run into this circle from behind a rock down there. He knew we were coming. He could see us the whole time. We couldn't see him. Them's the breaks. This is what I'm talking about. TPP favors defensive gameplay. FPP favors aggressive gameplay. Somewhere in the middle is the perfect playstyle. And I love that about Pubg Mobile. I love the fact that if you get off your high horse and you start being open to being wrong and being open to actually playing more than one mode of the game, you can learn a lot about the way the game should be played and the way that you can be successful with it. And I love the fact that this guy who was third-party peeking us all the way into the circle then just gets snaked by the next dude who was doing nothing but lying in the grass next to him. Here we go. Just something beautifully poetic about this. Oh, hello, I'm up here. Did anyone see me? God. Remember, if you want to get better at this game, if you want to be a better Pubg Mobile player, don't just say XYZ sucks. Maybe, just maybe, playing a little bit of FPP will make you better at TPP. And maybe playing a little bit of TPP will make you better at FPP. But I guarantee you that if you play both modes, you'll just be a better player. And that's all there is to it. So much of this game is tactics and thought and good mechanics and solid processes. And it's not just about lying in the grass. It's about knowing how to read a map. It's about pushing and being able to reliably hit targets when you're not, you know, just being passive. You learn to utilize every single scrap of cover you can find and to make excellent judgments on where the bad guys are going to be. And you'll learn that from playing both TPP and FPP. I hope you guys have enjoyed that. It was certainly a video that I've wanted to make for a long time, and I didn't want it to be too judgy. I didn't want to just say, this one sucks, that one doesn't. Because I think that's very short-sighted and quite narrow-minded. I think you've got to be open to the idea that maybe you don't know everything, and maybe you should get off and have a crack at the other guy's point of view. Please do subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos that include numbers and how to win and how to get better rating and all that kind of thing. Why not subscribe to my channel? Because that's what I'm all about. Nerding out, stat crunching, and putting the right numbers together to come up with the personalized worldview that's going to make you into a one man, one girl, one human killing machine. I'm Bushka. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate the community and the support. And until next time, stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.